You're listening to the Marne Report.
Well, hey, Fort Stewart-Hunter Army Airfield. This is Molly coming at you with another edition of the Marne Report podcast. Today, I am here with one of my most favorite friends, Inspector Matthew Bradshaw from Fort Stewart-Hunter Army Airfield Fire Emergency Services. Matt, thank you so much for being on the podcast with me.
Hello, wherever you're listening from.
So, Matt, before we get started, can you tell me a little bit about what you do?
I sure can, Molly. I have a background in firefighting, so that's where most fire inspectors start, right? Then you move on either laterally or up into fire prevention, which is fire inspections throughout buildings, teaching the public about fire safety, running drills with elementary school kids. Just it is what the job says it is fire prevention. We're hopefully helping units stop fires before they start.
Sure. What a cool job, keeping everybody safe.
Yeah, we try. For Fire Prevention Week.
Yeah. Coming up, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so next week?
Yes, that's correct.
Cool. Tell me all about it.
Okay, it goes from October 9th to the 13th.
Okay.
That first day, on that Monday, the 9th, we have a bowling event happening at Marne Lanes.
All right. So tell me, this event is called Stop, Drop, and Bowl. What can people expect when they go?
From 12 to 3 at Marne Lanes. Kids under 12 bowl for free.
Oh, snap. Okay.
Yep. They just have to have clean shoes so they can avoid a shoe rental.
Sure.
Yep. And it's all in the name of fire safety. It's kind of like a kickoff event for the entire post. Yeah.
Cool. So will you guys have like an info table there or?
Yes, ma'am. Sparky will be there.
Cool.
We're working on scheduling in McGruff, the crime fighting.
Cool. Okay.
He's got a pretty busy schedule from what
I can only imagine.
Okay.
Always fighting crime.
Yeah, but we'll be there with some fire department giveaway stuff.
Yeah.
Free stuff for the kids.
Cool.
You can find out more on our Facebook.
Sweet. And then what else are you guys doing?
Well, the campaign slogan
Yeah.
for this year is Cooking Safety Starts With You.
Okay.
Pay attention to fire prevention.
All right.
Which is kind of in our wheelhouse, as we just discussed,
Yeah,
right?
no doubt.
Got some quick facts for you. Each day, 300 children are seen in emergency rooms due to scalding.
Oof.
Yeah, this hot water burns, and 2 die each day. That's from the American Burn Association. So it's like 72% of burns occur at home. For those parents listening at home, you can create a kid-free zone, which is 3 feet around the stove, where hot food and drink is prepared. So a nice 3-foot radius to keep your kids outside of that. And then just kind of enforce that in your households.
Sure. What else? You got any more facts?
Let me see. The leading cause of fires in kitchen is unattended cooking.
Oof.
Yeah. It happens in the barracks a lot. Happens, unfortunately, over in on-post housing as well. So we do respond to numerous amount of calls throughout the year due to that. It's also, there's a random fact, your dryer exhaust, like
like
clothes.
where the lint goes?
That's correct. Yeah, make sure you're cleaning those out.
Yeah.
And those vents as well, where they kick out the heated air from the dryer.
Sure.
Right? And just a heads up to the barrack soldiers, regardless of when you hear that alarm go off, 2 a.m., right before PT or whenever, you need to evacuate that building. It is a mandatory item pushed down from way, way, way up top. The reason being is that you do not become another safety concern.
Right.
So, for example, if there's a real emergency in one room and you decide not to leave your room, which is on the other side of the building, right, you've just compounded our problems and response times, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Awesome.
You guys, as part of the fire prevention team, it's like a school fire drill. Right?
Right.
Sometimes you guys will come and test the fire alarms. At like 2 a.m., you guys aren't going to do that. Or are you?
Not at 2 a.m.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is like at 2 a.m., if your fire alarm is going off in the barracks, like get up and go because you're not.
That's correct.
You're not like doing it just to test something. Like something's really happening.
That's correct, ma'am. And also it's it also comes down to policing up your battle buddies as well. If you're sick and tired of getting up at 3 a.m. in the morning and having to evacuate, tell your buddies not to vape in their rooms, because that's obviously a no-go.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. Like, what are the most common things that set off, that trigger, the smoke alarm systems?
Sure. Once in a while, it is due to steam in the showers, because there's detectors located just right outside of the bathrooms, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I think they're working on that issue throughout the barracks to move them to more central area.
Yeah.
It is unattended cooking as well. Once in a while, we've responded to popcorn and microwaves that's burnt up.
Yuck.
Yeah. While somebody's playing Xbox or PS5 or whatever they're doing, if that kicks off the alarm, you need to get out.
Sure. Yeah.
Regardless. But then again, let's circle back to policing up your battle buddies. One of the most common things that sets off these detectors is vaping in some of the barracks rooms.
Wow.
So if you know that you're living beside somebody that's constantly vaping inside of their barracks room, call them out on their way back to the barracks. Like, hey, it's 2:30 in the morning. I'm tired of doing this. Take yourself outside and do the right thing. If not, you're going to have to continue to step outside every time that alarm goes off, so you don't compound our emergency response issues.
That's no fun.
Yeah.
No fun. Okay, so going back to Fire Prevention Week, right? You guys are kicking it off with this really cool bowling event for kids and families, and even our single soldiers. Anybody who wants to come out, right, can come to this event. And then the rest of the week, historically, you guys visit schools, the CDCs. Tell me more about what you guys are doing.
We'll be at CDCs from Tuesday and Wednesday, the Child Development Centers. Mm-hmm. Sparky will be there. We'll have a static display. We'll be out there handing out stuff to the kids.
Cool.
Reading to the kids with Sparky. And then during lunch hours, so from Tuesday to Friday, we'll be at the PX from 1100 to 1300, giving out free stuff.
Cool. So you've got all the stuff that you guys are doing in the DoDEA schools and at the CDCs, but then for the people who maybe don't have kids in either of those locations, the rest of the community can come and visit with you guys at the PX.
We'll be there fielding any questions that you have, handing out free stuff. So that's the important part, right?
I love it. Well, so, and you brought up so many good points, right? Because fire prevention, every single year there's a different theme, and, you focus on it for a week. Obviously, this is something that people need to be thinking about every single day. So,
sure. We're trying to hit on a lot of points that our guys respond to on a day-to-day basis throughout the week as well.
Sure.
Just moving to the right when you see sirens and lights.
Yeah.
That's a big deal on like 144 when we're responding.
Yeah.
Right. Doesn't matter which way you're driving. If you just pull off to the right, so you can let our responders go by.
Sure.
Evacuating the barracks is a big one.
Yeah.
We really want to focus on that actually this year. Try to enforce that. I think we're going to touch on some extinguisher questions or extinguisher safety, but that's a lot of information to be kicking out today.
Yeah.
So if you want information on that, you can see us at the PX all next week, or you can reach us on our Facebook page, or you can send us a message through our fire department Facebook. Yeah.
Sure. And then, do you guys teach classes?
Yes. Currently, we're in the process of moving over to the USO. One of our top instructors, Mr. Sanders, will be teaching that class the third Thursday of every month. Did I say the name of the class yet?
No, not yet.
I did not. It's the Facility Managers course.
Okay.
So if you have any questions at all, you're the facility manager for your unit, meaning supply. We get a lot of armorers coming in. You're a barracks manager, or you just want the certification or the knowledge, you can come through third Thursday of every month. We are in the process of moving to the USO, which is building 702, I believe. Mm-hmm. If we're not there, we're at building 1851 behind Station 1 on Fort Stewart.
Okay.
And then on Hunter, building 610, third Thursday of every month as well.
Sweet. And so primarily for facility managers, but
Soldiers.
Soldiers. Okay,
Soldiers
good to
based,
know.
yes.
Okay, so what about this? Say there's an FRG. They're about to have a meeting. They want to talk fire prevention. Can they have you guys come out?
They can definitely send us an email.
Well, this has been some super awesome info.
Thank you so much, Molly.
Yeah, seriously. And everybody, I hope that you stop on through and see our awesome fire inspectors while they're out and about next week, educating our community during Fire Prevention Week. But also, like I said, don't forget, fire prevention is something that should be in your minds all the time, especially when cooking, right?
Cooking safety starts with you. Pay attention to fire prevention.
Exactly. Well, is there anything else you want to add before we close this out?
I do not. Be sure to follow us on Facebook. Try to start pushing out some new things this year. Hopefully we get a chance to sit down with you at least once a quarter and talk some fire prevention stuff.
I would love it. You're welcome back anytime.
Oh, thank you.
All right, everybody. Well, that just about does it for this week's edition of the Marne Report podcast. This is Molly, and that's Matt.
Stay safe out there.
And we are signing off.